So there's more transfer news to talk about. Now that Liverpool have won the title, I think we can be more focused. Clubs can be more focused about their transfer dealings as well. And first off is about Marcus Rashford. I mean, we've spoken about him in several of our episodes, transfer episodes, and we spoke about how, making a permanent transfer to Villa would be good for him. But now, the latest reports are saying he's not looking to join Villa permanently, and he's even happy to take a pay cut to join Barcelona. Victor, do you think those reports are legit in any sense?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a certain allure to clubs like Barcelona, right? But my problem with these reports is I don't think Barcelona can swing that.
Yeah,
Um, Remember what happened with Ilkay Gundogan, right? He went to Barcelona on a free transfer, so they didn't even have to pay a significant sum to Manchester City. Now they would have to pay Manchester United probably at least 40 million pounds, which, yeah, fair
yeah.
enough for a player like Rashford. But what if they can't afford him anymore after a year, like it was the case with Gundogan? So personally, if I were Rashford, I would be wary of joining a club which has obvious issues like that. And I think he would probably be better off staying in the Prem.
Yeah, I think so. I think he'll be better off staying in the Prem, but who knows? He might. I think for me, wanting to go to Barcelona is just to avoid all that bad press he already has in English football that Manchester United has given him. So it might just be a way out of all the criticism, and so who knows? But yeah, moving on and still with you, Victor. Real Madrid have now, if you, I don't know if you've been following Real Madrid lately, but it seems like almost all their defenders, almost all of them are out injured right now. Alaba, anybody you can think of, all of them are injured. Rudiger has done a surgery. He has a ban as well. Almost all their defenders are out injured and they're already aging. And it's no surprise that now they've marked Saliba as their main transfer target for this summer. And Real Madrid, when they set their sights on a player, almost all the time, maybe not all the time, but almost all the time, they usually get that player. Do you think Arsenal can keep Saliba amid all the interest from Real Madrid?
Yeah, again, what I said about Barcelona stands about Real Madrid as well. There's a certain allure, right? And yes, they've had absolutely rotten luck with injuries. And to top it all off, of course, nobody beats Father Time, right? So
Yeah,
if you look at Rudiger or Alaba, they're not getting any younger. So of course, Real Madrid are trying to prepare for the next stage of their Galactico team, so to speak. As for Arsenal, if they can keep him, I think if they win the Champions League this year, yes. However, they also need to make it clear that they are ready to heavily invest in their squad and somehow like guarantee that they win a big trophy next season,
yeah,
especially if they don't win the UCL this campaign. And I think this goes for a couple of Arsenal players, not just Saliba, but Saliba leaving would be a huge loss to them.
yeah, fair enough. I agree with that. And over to you, Max. There's nothing official yet, but undisclosed reports are saying that Saka has, signed a new contract with Arsenal, and it's only a matter of, an official announcement, to the public. If that news is actually true, how big is that for Arsenal?
I mean, this is huge for Arsenal, especially because they're. I'm pretty sure they're going to try to win Prem next season again. He's their like homegrown star. He's the key player for attack and probably even whole team. So if they really want to try to fight for any title, he's the man they should lean on. So I'd say if they signed him at least for 5 year, 4 year, even if he maybe in a couple of years decide to go out somewhere, they can have a lot of money on his transfer. So this has to be pretty good for the club.
Fair enough. And back to you, Victor. Liverpool are supposedly interested in Adam Wharton of Crystal Palace, and he's being priced at £50 million. In your opinion, do you think the Reds need a player like this at this time?
I've been saying it all season. Liverpool do need a defensive midfielder. I mean, of course, Gravenberg has been playing out of his skin this season, which no one, myself included, really saw coming. However, the big issue here might be McAllister. At Brighton, he was playing as an attacking midfielder, a pure number 10, if you will. And sure, for Liverpool, he is wearing the number 10, but he's playing in a double pivot. He never really specifically moaned about this or complained about it publicly, but I'm sure he would enjoy being unleashed further up the pitch. So if I look at the possibility of Wharton coming in, I think it would be great, especially since 50 million, as insane as this sounds, but I don't think it would be exaggerated, knowing he's English, knowing he's homegrown. He's only just turned 21 in February. I think
Yeah.
it would make sense for Liverpool to do this because there are issues with Liverpool's homegrown players quota as well. And I think getting Wharton would have a good knock-on effect for the midfield. Would leave Liverpool with two fantastic options in the number 10 position, Soboslai and McAllister. Especially because if you look at Soboslai, he never really played as much as he did in this season and last season. So, kind of easing the burden a little bit, rotating them efficiently, and developing their style of play for next season around the number 10 position, I think would be fantastic.
Yeah, fair enough. And back to you, Max. It's now looking certain that Ederson is set to leave Manchester City. And if we've noticed over the past couple seasons, Guardiola has never really trusted Ortega. Ortega has only usually played when Ederson is out injured or, unable to play for one reason or the other. And it looks like Guardiola is set on, just getting another number one rather than giving Ortega the nod. And City are now looking at Porto goalkeeper Diogo Costa. Do you think that would be an upgrade to Ederson?
I'd say it's not an upgrade or downgrade, it's probably like changing the style of team because we all know that Ederson was a man who started most of the attacks for Man City. He even had 4 assists this season. This is huge actually. So yeah, Costa is like better player on the line, but he's a bit weaker in terms of passes. So probably they're going to change their future play style a bit. So I'd say, I mean, he's obviously good. We also playing for Porto and Portugal national team, so it wouldn't be bad, but they'll probably evolve a bit.
Yeah, Victor, your thoughts on that? Upgrade or not?
Um, I I have doubts. I really have doubts, to be honest. Mainly, these doubts come from the fact that I somehow feel that Ederson's going to make a U-turn. I think he might stay with City, actually. I think Guardiola might have a change of heart about him. And one thing that is worth pointing out here, and in this sense, Costa would be an upgrade over Ederson. Costa has a cleaner injury history than Ederson, at least as things stand. And sure, Ederson's standards have dropped a little bit this season, but he's still only 31. I'm not entirely certain how much longer his contract runs for with City. Probably another 2 years. 1 year. Okay. Yeah. So if they don't see Ederson as being their number one for the long term, then yeah, they might sell this summer. To be honest, I was under the impression he still had 2 years, but I think he would be an upgrade in that sense. But if they can stick with Ederson and maybe extend his contract for another 2 years or 3 years, I think City would be better off spending their huge amount of money on other positions that need it more, such as fullbacks or replacing the irreplaceable Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't necessarily think he's much of an upgrade, but I think Diogo Costa is, for me, somewhat much better at shot stopping. I think he's much better at shot stopping. Ederson has all the long range passes, pinpoint accuracy and whatnot. But I think he's more of a traditional goalkeeper, like Mark said. So Guardiola must obviously have something in mind before he's going to go all out. But just like you said, Victor, in my head, there's a strong chance that Ederson might, do a U-turn and end up staying at City. But we'll just have to wait and see how all that unfolds. There's a lot of transfer news going on, and we will be here to give all the best bits and all the best talking points as they happen.